Good with me is Zaya. We will be your shoutcasters entering the first set of matches of Thailand wildcards versus China. So, Zaya, coming into our long run of the group stages, how do you feel so far?
Very intense because for me I feel the chills because coming in from the international groups that we've seen from the previous days, and still very excited on how the games are gonna go for this match.
So guys, we welcome you back to the AWC Bootcamp group stages. So we're in our more than halfway there throughout the group stage. So we had a good run. We saw other teams performing actually pretty well to an extent that it's beyond expectations. So for our first set of matches, we will have Thailand wildcards, as I said before, versus China of Taipei. So when it comes to Thailand wildcards performance, we did see they had some life, try to contend with Thailand main, but in a way, it was something that of a great match. We saw both, but in all honesty, Zaya, the reason behind this bootcamp is to see and measure how the teams will perform when the real deal comes.
Yes, that is true. Also, we get to see new highlights of heroes for the Valiant server since we're a bit of delay, but don't worry guys, the bootcamp's here just for you.
So so for the challengers watching us right now, so know that me and Zaya, we are pretty much used to casting in the Valiant server. But when it comes to seeing this for the first time, when I saw Wonder Woman being played, when I saw the Flash, I was wondering, when are we going to get those heroes? But it's pretty much exciting to see because it's something that we see in, let's say, our MSP representatives adjusting to. So far, we did see adjustments to a certain point, but not as good. But something that is to look forward to.
Yes, and also my personal favorites as well, the Lilian and the Arum. It was very executed very perfectly throughout the previous matches, and I'm really excited to get my hands on it.
So let's get straight to our drafting phase. Challengers for our first game. Note that this is a best of 3 series with China on the blue side versus Thailand wildcards on the red side.
Yes, that is right. And for the first ban for Team China, here we have the Malok. Of course, there's no surprise there. Also, for the response of Team Thailand is a Tolan. Well, not really a surprise because from the previous days of watching the boot camp, we've seen them as a high priority ban so far.
So tell me more about this Tolan ban, Saya. Why do you think this is one of their priorities?
Well, for Tolan, I think because it has good poking abilities, especially onto the early phases of the game. But of course, most especially when it comes to the late game, it's also very essential when it comes to team fights as well.
Yeah, when it comes to picking up, I think Tolan is a great hero on that. But seeing how the rest of the bans are panning out, you're seeing the ever adorable Timmy. One time I actually saw a Timmy game. I was really happy because it was my first time seeing Timmy in a competitive scene. Because I came from the Valiant server, so seeing the Timmy does have the passive, not to mention that ultimate that can counter out the Flash pretty well. So respectable bans coming in from the wild cards. Whereas for China, despite being on the blue side, they will remove a Superman, which has been banned 92% of the time.
Yes, that's right. It's not a surprise, but yeah, there's always a reason why the Superman is being banned, considering that it has good engaging abilities and roaming abilities into the early phases of the game.
And Zaya, when you talk about this version of AOV, you're talking about what? Great Invades. And what better hero amongst the most powerful level 1 is the Superman. So, but pretty weird for me that for Thailand wildcards won't be banning it out, but it would be China, which they are in the blue side.
That's right. It was there also a chance to have it as a first pick here. And we see here that Thailand wildcards bans Alice right there onto the response. So I wonder what first pick will China... Oh, considering that Xenial is open, it's a pretty good pick for China.
So note that the China squad there, they will prioritize the Xenial if they do get it, putting it up in the DS lane. But note that when it comes to other bans I've seen throughout the boot camp, it was mostly a Xenial ban compared to an Alice. So Thailand wildcards seeing more value in the Alice because as far as I can see, I'm seeing the Omen being open. Yes, Omen's being hovered right now. I see the Wonder Woman. I see the Flash still open.
Yeah, most of the DC heroes are mostly up for grabs for Team Thailand here. I wonder who are they going to initially pick right now because there are more heroes that are open after this banning phase right here, so more chances of varieties of heroes to be picked.
Just like I said before, the Wonder Woman Galgana will be available for picking here as Thailand wildcards will be taking it away. But in a twist though, normally we see Wonder Woman being picked with support such as the Alice, but Thailand wildcards, they did ban out the Alice, they do prioritize the supports more, but China, they got Zenial.
That's right. I wonder if the Team Thailand wildcard here would be focusing more onto the damage so far, and we'll see if what kind of response. Ooh, my personal favorite is already initially picked, and my other personal favorite. This is the first time that I'll be seeing them together.
Wow! I think for the fans out there for China, they will take away one of the wow. Normally we would see this hero banned out, but seeing how China left it open, looking at the bans, the Violet, the Malak, the Superman has been removed, but seeing how, I mean, Zaya's personal favorite will be picked into this game, I wonder how Thailand wildcards will try and even out these trades. They're taking away the Joker, they're taking away the Lindis.
Ooh, this is a double marksman coming from the Team Thailand right here. I'm kind of a bit shocked in this composition that Team Thailand has to offer today, but I'm excited on the other hand for Team China because this is the first time I'll be seeing them in the same team at the same time not being banned, and my two personal favorites alongside with the Lubu at that, so they have more initiating abilities right here.
And when it comes to Lubu, we know that some teams in the bootcamp, they do prioritize the Lubu. They see the value in this Lubu, but it was left open all throughout. Let's go for it instead and seeing how, okay. Seeing some hovers right there, the Fennec being hovered there.
Yes, I don't want to finalize it yet because sometimes this is what happens to me. I get juked at times when they pick. So I'm pretty sure this is already the final pick right here. Fennec is a good pick, especially when it comes to pushing. It has that ability to split push. At the same time, it has good free hits once it gets pretty well fed.
And for the last pick, as I said before, the Wonder Woman and Flash both going to Thailand wildcards. Let's see if China has some plans to try and challenge these two power picks. But on the other hand, I'm pretty sure that, in my opinion, guys, I feel like China took away the Zenial, they took away the Liliana, the Lubu. I think when it comes to those trades, it's pretty much worth for China taking all those picks away in exchange for giving away the Flash and the Wonder Woman towards wildcard.
That is correct right there, Vulcan, and I'm pretty excited because, like I keep saying it's my personal favorite. This is the first time I'm seeing them together, but on the other hand also, the Team Thailand here, they also have a good DPS here, especially when it comes to the mid to the late phases of the game. Also, and with the Omen being with them, they also have a good roaming ability as well, not just because the Superman was banned, it's also a good trade.
And so now, looks like we'll be loading up to our battlefield pretty shortly. So once again, you guys are watching the AWC Bootcamp group stages of China versus Thailand wildcards. For once, I'm gonna see an Aram being played into this game number 1 of the best of 3 series. I'm pretty much excited to see why, the reason behind why these heroes are being banned most of the time, but we'll see it all when it comes down to execution.
That is correct, and we see right here they're going straight towards the middle side of the lane. I think both sides of the team are planning for an early engagement.
I mean, when it comes to an AoV game, like I said in my previous cast, it's not an AoV game. If you don't see anyone invading, it's normal to see it now. But who will have the upper hand here? Because 98k and Yichen going for that blue buff.
That's right. Also here onto the blue side of the team. So both are having an early pickoffs right here, poking, a little bit of poking coming from the blue side.
Not much will happen here, so I wonder what the Chinese squads are thinking here because they may go for the invade, zoning out the Lindis from the Might Golem area, but the Joker's right there to contest the Golem. The Killing Joke will be used to poke it down, but in the end, it's going to be JunJun taking away the Might Golem out, but will he survive? Will this life? JunJun is loud, they're focusing him down, but Liliana will be taking the first blood from Omen, and Wonder Woman going in for the execute will take down the Zenial.
That is right. You were wondering a while ago the reason why they're being banned, and I think you already have a glimpse of it because that long survivability ability of that Aurum right there is very an advantageous upper hand for Team China right there.
But let's see, will Wildcards just let this happen? Will they allow China to take away everything that they've worked for? Because seeing how they're approaching this side of the map, they were curious. They were eager to try and invade their jungle, their right Mike Golem area. But in the end, I think China was standing their ground, and it will not allow Wildcards to invade.
That's right. But so far, we see Thailand here already playing safe and careful because of what happened a while ago. And so far, we see here that Team China is clumped up into the bottom side of the lane, but so far, no one is still going for that Abyssal Dragon.
But hang on, Zaya, hang on. We're seeing the Abyssal Dragon spawning right now, and we're
Yeah.
seeing Wildcards going towards it. So I think when it comes to an Abyssal Dragon spawning, it all comes down to how they were able to set things up here. China got first dibs here. Wonder Woman pulling it back. There's going to be a soft reset on the Abyssal Dragon area.
Meanwhile, we see here Team Thailand Wildcards going in for that Abyssal. Will they contest it? I don't think so. It was successfully
Taken
taken
away,
away
by
Team China.
I mean, easy peasy right there. No trouble, no struggle for the Chinese squad because they have taken away. They have a great advantage. Check out Yichen, level 5. Check out the members of Thailand Wildcards. Pretty much under level because you know when it comes to invade, you take away gold, you take away experience.
That is true. And if Thailand doesn't do something about this, they're going to have a pretty hard time during the mid phases of the game. Meanwhile, they're going here for the bottom lane. Wonder Woman and the Flash. Are they going in?
Snap there. Sobrang sayang. In a way, that's what it means there. Sobrang sayang yung lasso of truth, so it could not connect towards the Lubu. So TAOZ could have started something there. Misses that small opportunity.
It could have been like a good upper hand for them to like actually catch up if that lasso of truth finally hooks up Lubu. But well, they have their reasons. And so far we have 4 people on Team China going here for the kill.
Very close there. So close for JunJun. One more hit from that tower. He would have been taken down. But looks like Drewwy is coming in to try and fix his mistakes. Cyclone being used by Drewwy. Enough to zone out Yichen.
At least the Flash was able to defend by a slight the lower side of the tower. Meanwhile, onto the top side of the lane, we see 2 members of Team Thailand. But so far, we see that they're already going for that top side right there.
So it was such a close call, I would say, for the dive for China because they were so close to lose one more member. But seeing how China was so good at dancing around the tower, that gives them the 2-kill lead, and that gives them the almost nearing the 1,000 mark. Just 900 gold lead there, and it's still manageable. But maybe this next Abyssal Dragon, Seiya, and 6 seconds can change it.
Yes, so far, and here for the 1 second, and the Abyssal Dragon is already respawned. Let's see. Oh, so far we see China right here for the Tain for the Abyssal Dragon. Let's see if Thailand will go ahead and contest it.
I mean, you guys got the first one. Let's take this away from them. I mean, let's have some give and take, but that's pretty much a done deal for CN. They're pretty much selfish, but that's a great thing you want to see in an AoV team. You don't give your enemies anything. Not even a Abyssal Dragon, not even a small cap, just even this escape here because 98k facing against 4 members. Zainal came in with a respawn with a heal. Zainal going in onto Lindis for the secure right there. It's not yet over. The stun lock will be there, and with Fennec, Yichen will get that Omen.
Clean pick-off done by Team China right there. Lindis was a little bit too overextended right there, leading to her being hit by that turret over there. And this gives China more map control with regards to what just happened right now. And we see when it comes to objectivity-wise, China is very much in the lead.
You know, I like that how Thailand Wildcards are doing their best to try and go for the tower race, but it's the fact that that's the reason why we see the Zainal banned out. That's the reason why many teams prioritize the Zainal pick. You leave it open just like that, you're gonna have this problem. You're gonna have a problem where, hey, let's dive this Lubu all alone. And you're wrong. You're gonna see the Zainal responding in, but looks like Thailand Wildcard, the Wonder Woman, is using the Brazen of Submission to try to escape. It's not gonna be enough. You're dealing with 4 bursty members. An easy pickoff.
That's true, and we see here that Team Thailand still trying their best to push this top side of Team China, but we see here numbers matter, and you know that pretty well, Vulcan. And now they're already here going in for that bottom side lane tower right here.
Okay.
But they don't have wave of minions anymore.
They're too ambitious. They're too eager right now because you gotta wait for those minion waves to crash in. In a way, I think they were trying to match the DS lane push, but wait a minute, Romeo is up in the air. He gets chunked down by Nanwan. So another easy pickup for China. Kill score is 7-1. But let's face it, guys, China has lost their DS lane top tower while Wildcards were doing a great pressure on that.
I think that was also a good call for Team Taiwan right there. Meanwhile, this will be the third attempt for Team China to go onto the Abyssal Dragon.
That's not gonna happen. Looks like TAOZ gets picked up again with the Wonder Woman there. And here comes Drewwy trying to zone out that Fennec. Pretty squishy, forced to recall because why? That annoying Zenial was there for the quick response for the heal, leaving behind the Joker alone. He tried to flicker away, but you're not getting anywhere. There's the Lubu for the re-engage with the armor, taking it down that Joker. This is gonna be their third Abyssal Dragon.
That's correct, and you see that mispositioning right there is very crucial for Team Thailand right now. I mean, they're going to have a big difficulty right now because, well, you can already see the results. More map control for the side of Team China, but they're still not yet getting onto this Dark Slayer because their top tower is already destroyed.
Yeah, I mean, the Thailand Wildcard squad, yeah, I do agree with it. I mean, they were prepping for the DS, but, I mean, you haven't scaled pretty much well this game. You don't have enough items to go against China, which in fact they have 4K gold lead here, and not to mention the armor is pretty much fed. Every members have equally gold distributed amongst themselves, while Wildcards can't catch a break here. Drewwy was actually locked down there, so okay, you're fast, I get it, but when you get stun locked there, you're not going anywhere. That's one way to counter the flash.
This is the reason why there is the quick chat saying don't go alone. Going alone is very dangerous, especially when China has this lead right now.
And when it comes to how the traffic placement, maybe that's why Wildcards was banning out the Alice. They thought that, hey, we can set up the Flash for success, but yeah, that's not the case here because look at the gold of this Flash, 3.9k, and look at this Fennec, 5.3. Look at this Liliana, 5.8. And that's not going to be a Flash that lasts long for any burst or any pickoff.
That's right, actually, I agree with you on that. And for Team China right here, taking advantage of that good map control that they have right now, giving more pressure to Team Thailand, right, Wildcard right here. So far, Team Thailand has to have that good opportunity of an opening so that they can actually try and catch up to what they're missing right now.
But at least the Wildcards are trying their best to not give at least the Dark Slayer. You can see on the maps here that they're really putting some pressure in the DS lane, but China can actually challenge that pressure. Looks like Lubu is going in on the TAOZ. TAOZ is going to get stunned right there. There's going to be the Fennec, tossing in that boomerang. TAOZ gets taken down by Yichen. Meanwhile, Lindis getting under tower dove right there by China. That's an easy double kill for Fennec.
That's right, and that is a tower destroyed back there. Now you know the reason as well why Arum is a good pick, because Arum was able to hold on to Lindis right there, avoiding that free hit coming from the Lindis of Team Thailand.
What a close call for the Joker right there. Recalls back to the fountain, but meanwhile,
we see an Omen right here wandering off.
I haven't seen this Omen doing much, but it's because of the fact that China, when you get a great invade as what China did, you are gonna have a really bad time. You're gonna have a NK gold deficit without doing much, and looks like the fourth Abyssal Dragon will spawn right now.
Yes, and we can see that Lubu and Fennec here already guarding the Dark Slayer right here, making sure that they're going in. Meanwhile, we see right here that Zenial is a little bit caught by two people, but was easily respawned by the comrade.
Ridiculous AoE damage coming from JunJun. That's why you banned that hero out, but meanwhile, oh, the fiasco in the bot lane. That gives China an easy take. The Dark Slayer goes to China, the first Dark Slayer of the game, now on the blue side. So Thailand Wildcards, what are you gonna do?
That is true, and I think that was a good bait for them right here. I mean, like going to the bottom side of the lane so that they had the chance to get the Dark Slayer. That was a very good decoy coming from Team China.
Maybe that's why you did say that. I don't think they have control of the map here. Okay, let's face it, Wildcards, they try their best to push out the DS lane, because at this point, bottom lane is pretty much a dead lane for them to even try, because you can see on the KDA, you can see the gold in their side. Taiwan wildcards tried their best to solve at least one part of the problem, but in the end, they've lost everything because they tried their best to fix both without focusing on what's at stake here. Gold lead, not funneling your gold down to the Joker.
That is right. And looks like we see here that Team Thailand is already pressured right now because we see that the Lubu splitting, pushing on the top lane. We see the other members of Team China onto the mid side of the lane. And now they're kind of like a bit of confused on which side are they going to focus on.
Okay, we're seeing the Zenya here in the bot lane. We're seeing 4 members in the DSA top side. Okay, that didn't last long. High Tower is gone, and that's going to be an easy D lead towards the Lindes. Romeo, what are you going to do there? You're going to try to back away? Are you going to do some side damage? The core is exposed, but I think China doesn't care because they're timing the core, and that's going to be for the taking with China. Taking away our sweet number game 1, starting the great momentum on their side.
Good game, well played, done by Team China right there. I mean, no hesitations, no questions asked. We're going in for the core. We're going in for the victory.
Oh wow! What? I mean, I guess that's why China felt like, hey, you can take away the Flash Wonder Woman. I mean, we'll take the armor, we'll take the Fennec. We don't care. That's how you solve a problem.
That's right.
You
and
bait them in. You bait them in.
Yes, of course they're already confident enough to actually go and split because just look at the gold gap that they had right there, and also for the kills and objectivity wise as well.
But I still have hope for Thailand wildcards at this point because know that a best of 3 series is like you're going on a date. It's a full story. You want to go for seconds, but looking at the kill score, you may probably have to see other people because 16-1, that's a huge deficit, and not to mention you can see how much gold they just shoved down Yichen's throat because all the gold was being funneled down towards Yichen. 9,000, that's great, that's what you want to do. And for wildcards, they tried their best to set the Joker for success, but it's like this, Romeo wants some resources, same with the Joker, but when you're that split apart, you don't have a solid plan. Or let's say a really bad start. I mean, let's face it, wildcard they had a solid plan, but they didn't have a good start because China invaded their sides pretty well.
That's right also, and if you look at the composition of Team Thailand here, we have 2 marksmen, 1 Omen right here, and of course they had limited resources already. I mean, when they're already like to and fro, and which one's mine, I don't really know. And this is also the reason why I personally like Liliana Aram tandem together, because you already know that was a good example right there.
So I think for challengers out there, thank you so much for watching the AWC Bootcamp. That's been our game number 1 for match 1. But no, don't hold on for a moment, guys. Hold on. I mean, we still have probably maybe 2 more games. Because if it does go for a 1-1, we will have a game 3. But let's see, will China actually shut it down? Because it's going to be a hard struggle for wildcards when we saw that much draft. Now, what a powerful draft we saw there. But I think we'll delve more into it, guys, after a short break. So, again, thank you so much for watching the AWC Bootcamp Group Stages for Match 1. My name is Vulcan. With me was Zaya. See you after the short break.